Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. That noise means that we're invading once again. Those beautiful clouds and these castles in the sky means that we're in Anor Londo, and this is Dark Souls. So, whenever you invade on this area, you never know where your opponent's going to be, and it's always an interesting toss-up. Do I go up to the rafters to pursue them, just in case they're waiting there, or do I wait for them to go to the other side? And if you wait, sometimes you can be waiting a long time. If you wait, sometimes they never go to the other side. It's an interesting bit of psychological warfare, and it all depends on the player, and this is my opponent up there on the rafters, and my feelings about this is I stay here longer than I normally would because I want to show him I have no intentions of fighting him on the rafters. I'm not going to pull out a bow, I'm not going to try and knock you off, I'm not going to do any of that dog shit. I'm going to wait for you to cross, then I'm going to cross, then we're going to fight. That is all. That is how this works, that's the arrangement, take my money, all that good stuff. But I think this guy decides to try and shoot me off the rafters, which is perfectly fine, that is his choice, and that is just exploiting the one part of Dark Souls that I myself, overlook, and that is the ability to always be a cheap bastard. This guy might not, though. He might actually try and do this properly. I can't remember this fight, if I'm honest. We'll soon see. If you see an arrow whiz by... has an arrow whiz by, can we tell? Yep, there's the arrow. Dragon Slayer arrow, no doubt. This guy means bloody business, as we both nearly fall off, and this is never going to end well now because you've pissed me off. So I backstab him as he goes through the fog, and he dies. And then I point him down to add insult to injury, and he indicts me. So that situation, that is Dark Souls PvP in a nutshell. There's no complexity to it, there's no grace to it. That is Dark Souls. And if you want to get into this game, if you're watching this video and you're thinking, this looks like something I could enjoy, this looks like something I want to try and learn, be prepared to endure that kind of situation. Because when you start playing this game, you have to be aware that everybody else on here, aside from a very small percentage of people, have been playing this game for a long, long time. This game's been out a year and a half. A lot of the people playing this game came from Demon's Souls. That game's been out a couple of years. So you're going to be going up against people who are either really good at the game, really experienced, really knowledgeable, or really cheap. That is the combination. And that is not to say that there are not new players, because there are plenty of new players. That's not to say that there are not bad players, because there are so many bad players. But you just have to be aware that you're already entering into something that is highly contested. Don't think you're going to go in there like on a Call of Duty and just wreck face on your first butcher invasions, because the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to fall off a lot. You're not going to know the ledges and things, and in the heat of the battle you're going to panic and you're going to roll off the edges, because that's what everybody does. You're going to get stun locked, you're going to get backstabbed, you're going to get gangbanged, you're going to get a whole host of things. But if you can put up with it, you will learn. And if you use resources available to you like the wikis, like other YouTube channels, you will get the skills needed or the knowledge needed to apply it to your game to become a better player. And I say all of this while that guy shits on my face with his lovely laggy connection and his combination of extremely powerful weapons. But what can I say? He beat me fair and square. That's how it works. And this wouldn't be Dark Souls if it didn't work. So this is the Catacombs. This is somebody bowing to me before I bow, so that's a cool guy. He is wearing semi-full giants. He does have a mask of the mother on. I can't see his weapon. I go for the kick. I think he's using a katana. With the looks of him, he was circling for the backstab there. He's not even opened up the catacombs, so he's here to fight. Right there was me trying to do a setup parry on a katana, but it's wrong. The way to do the parries on the katana is to tank the first hit and then immediately parry. It will then nail the second hit. And I learnt this on a video by a guy called J Black Mel. And if you've never watched his content and you like my PvP stuff, then check out his channel. If you YouTube search that name, you will find his channel. He does some of the most laid-back, informative and enjoyable PvP commentaries you will ever listen to. And not only are they 40 minutes long, but you are getting information from somebody who's been doing this a long time, who's been playing this game since it came out. So you're getting it from someone who knows what he's talking about, and I'm lucky enough in my position right now to have this person as a subscriber. So I'm grateful to him, and you know, go check him out because he's a cool dude and he deserves a lot more views on his videos because they're better than mine, and I don't often say that, but it's just true. But anyhow, me and this guy, it's kind of katana versus katana, and he has the better armor, so he's also got it lightning enchanted, which, if you come up against a guy wearing this outfit and using a lightning enchanted katana, it tells you that they probably don't have too much time in the PvP. Because that, in all intents and purposes, is the equivalent of rocking Ghost and FAMAS on Black Ops, which I don't think is a bad thing, because people will do it anyway, regardless of how much I kick up a fuss. But it is a little bit frustrating when you're trying to do something slightly more unique, and I wouldn't call this build completely unique because it does use a katana. It doesn't have anything too extravagant on it. I've got a pyromancy glove that I'm only using against gankers, which is completely redundant when I could have, you know, popped a couple spells in attunement, or a couple of pyros, and, you know, become a force to be reckoned with. I haven't. So I'm in the Berg using a Hornet's Ring, which makes me feel dirty, but that was where I was at this point in the game. This guy's healing, so I feel less dirty. Maybe he's healing because I use the Hornet, I'm not too sure. The etiquette on this game is almost impossible to keep up with because everybody has a different rule, and the only way to guarantee the most success is to play by your own. And every single person I complain about on Dark Souls plays by their own rules, but at the same time, that's the way you win if you want to win. And that right there was a very strange fight, and I point him down for healing because you all know how I stand on the healing discussion. But I get indicted for the fun of it, and if you enjoy this arena that you've seen me fighting in, you're going to see a lot more of it, because I've started to host on Xbox, because I can't get invasions on PC unless I play at like 5 in the morning. It's ridiculous. And I've got nothing against playing at 5 in the morning, but it interrupts my family, so you can imagine. Ooh, interesting. This guy is, for all intents and purposes, the best PvPer I've ever seen. And it's not because of the setup, it's not because of the match itself, it's just because of the balls. I saw this guy and I thought, oh goodness me, this is going to be quick. And then this happened. Like, say what you want about, I'm assuming it's a zero poise build, because I don't see any armor, do you? I don't see the wolf ring glow, but he completely outplays me. And he does it with the craziest build I've ever seen. He's popping off spells, he's got soul masses, he's got soul spears, he's got wrath, so he's got both intelligence and faith. Zero poise, using his spacing with a really powerful spear. I just didn't know what to do. And you'll see we trade a bit of damage, but he's going to win those engagements. Here comes the wrath spam, or not spam, sorry, just wrath use. I roll through it. I hit it. Did I get him? Shit. Hit him in the grass, which is really rude, but it does happen, unfortunately. I got backstabbed when I was grassing the other day in the Berg, and it really made me mad, because I let a dude grass, and I could have hit him with a really powerful attack, and I didn't. But just goes to show, folks, everybody, treat people like sharks, you know? Respect them, enjoy them, but don't fuck with them. And yeah, this is, I love fighting fights like this. Even though I'm getting my ass kicked, even though he's showing me up for the new player that I am, he's doing it with style, and he's doing it with a build that I know I couldn't use. I could not do that build. He's lagging a little bit, but it doesn't matter. And I mean, look at that. How boss was that? It takes an interesting character to be able to make those elements work. So I send him a message. The fight was kind of... Oh, am I being invaded? Oh, there we go. I can't tell. Oh, watch this. So I know he's there because it's cheeky and I expected it. But I didn't expect that. And that is lag there, folks. That is lag in its 5th degree. So he wakes up, I wake up, sorry, and I get hit, and then, wow. Why do these people play? Like, Is that really how you want to play? And then you point down as if you've just showed me the fucking Mona Lisa and my drawing was of a cock. It's like, come on, son. That's not how this works. But this is Dark Anarchist. Did I fight this guy before? I can't remember. I just did the face palm, so I'm assuming I've fought him before, but we'll soon find out. See, I'm checking in there because I think it's that dude that just did that oh, it's this guy! It's the Gravelord sword guy who is actually Gravelording, which is really cool. It's an interesting build. He's also using the magical circle... I don't know the name of the shield. The magic round shield, is it called? It's the one you get from the Moonlight Butterfly Soul. And he's also using a... bloody hell. A Black Knight Great Axe on that build. Interesting. Oh, that were a mistake, buddy. Did not mean to do that, but sometimes it happens. Maybe it was lag, maybe he... Oh, don't hero, bro. That's not how we played. And that's one of the weird things when you play a lot of PvP. You go to send somebody... Oh, shit. Shit, stop winging parries. That is not how you parry people. Oh. What am I doing? Check me out. No lock on katana action. Who is this playing? Because it ain't me. And wow. Wow. I know he wasn't anything special, folks, but still, I thought I was going to lose that. But as I was about to say, when you try and send people messages to congratulate them, because other people try and invade and all that kind of stuff, you can't always find the guy you invaded. Ooh. So, I now know who this guy is. This guy is a very good Dark Souls player on Xbox. I did not know that at the time, and I didn't know what was happening here, because I didn't think he had a weapon. I thought he was taking the piss. Turns out, he was using hidden weapon. And look at that, he hits me with a great scythe with hidden weapon, and I take a massive amount of early damage. So, now I know that this guy's for real. Look at his build. He's wearing, I think it's the Witcher's set. He's got the standard roll, so he's not using the Darkwood Grain Ring. He's using an Evelyn with, I believe, lightning on it. Hidden weapon with a couple of interesting different things. There's his Evelyn. Like, this build is incredible. It's a testament to how creative some people are on this game, and it makes me feel completely stale with my, my new player builds, but this is hopefully where I will be if I continue to play Dark Souls, and I want to do that because I love this game. But right now, I'm kind of trying to eke out some damage. I went for the parry there, and I believe I got the partial. Ooh, there's the poise strike. You'll notice, I know he has low poise as he comes in with the boulder side sword and gets the two-hand. And he waves me away, which I'm not a big fan of waves, but that guy deserved that win. He fought me well, and you can't complain against such a good player. This guy is not a good player though. Watch this. I don't know how they managed to do this. This is like misdirection. This is full on like show them one hand and then hit them with the other. Look at this dickhead. So you've got the host misdirecting. You've got the spellcaster hitting you from a distance. This would not happen to the gamer I am today, but it happened this evening, unfortunately. Then he bows. That makes me want to stab him in the neck with every sharp utensil in his office. Oh, these people. This is the Berg, folk. This is the place where fucking people go to duel, and you've got trash like that. Wasteful human beings that are a worthless excuse for functioning organs and consumptions of oxygen. It's just like, these people, if these people died, I think the world would be lighter. Oh wow, tried to do the partial parry on the Moonlight Greatsword, he does it again. I get the block on it, which is never what you want to do. Interesting choice though. And one thing that is always bizarre when I go back to consoles after PvPing on PC is just the speed of the greatswords. The greatswords swing so fast, like they've nerfed them so much, and a lot of these people that love to stunlock are going to have a hard time. That being said, I do still think that there are a handful of greatswords that stunlock just well enough, should I say. Oh, here he goes, here he goes. I mean, look at that. I complain when it happens to me, but at the same time, he's swinging his weapon in a fight, so it's difficult to get angry at something that is essentially exactly what he's supposed to do. And this is the rematch with spades, anyhow. Now I know that this guy is going to probably practice with hidden weapon. I'm not going to be so eager to not have my shield up this mode. We both bow, we pop grass, and here he comes again. Same opening move. He's using hidden weapon on a scythe. He's winging a couple of heavy hits. You'll notice I'm not using a katana this time. I'm using the Chaos Estoc. Ooh, he tries to parry me on the running attack. And I bet he probably thinks I changed to the scythe because of the encounter I had with him. Not knowing that I was, using it as a side weapon all along. I just didn't have a chance to really display it, I don't believe. But I'm playing this... Ooh, was that a halberd? I don't even know what that was. How the hell is that invisible? How long does that spell last? And I get him again with another running attack. Because he knows he's an experienced PvP player. He knows that when people put the scythe on, that they're going to do that attack. It's the standard scythe and the great scythe. That is pretty damn creative, that, as I get him with a running poke. And he's backing up because his life is low, and I think there we go, look at that, man. This guy knows what he's doing. Hits me with the dark hand parry on the running attack, and it was a one-handed running attack as well, it wasn't the two-handed, so much different timing. I missed the jump attack, I cruise him for the poke, he goes for the parry, we get the cancelled backstab. I pop a grass while he's down. Not that this guy had probably hit me in the grass, because anybody who uses this kind of setup is a baller, and I sent him a message because I had a lot of fun in that duel, and he's a nice guy and he's a good player. Oh, and I'm going to share the message, apparently. Showing you how emotional I get after a good fight. Now what a stickler I am for sentences, even though they're my own warped and twisted example of English. Look at that, using acronyms I don't even believe in. Oh, I've missed something. There you go. But back to invasions in the rest of the cesspool that is some places in Dark Souls. We immediately have a nice little fun house in Anor Londo. We've got a Phantom and a Host fighting the Sentinels. Which is interesting because this guy's slow rolling. And he's New Game Plus as well. Oh, hang on. Spellcaster too. Wow. Sanctus Spellcaster. Oh god, I'm in trouble. Get out of there. Oh, come on. Why does that happen? And then... oh, watch out, folks. We've got a badass here. Phantom that dealt 0 damage. Suddenly he wants to show how good he is. But back in Demon Ruins, and this is the rematch with the guy I parried earlier. The PvPer who's spending a lot of time in the Demon Ruins. So we had a little agreement, if I could invade this guy, that we were going to do something special. And by something special, it's a synchronized bow. So the reason I run up to this guy and he doesn't panic and start mashing me is because he knew this was going to happen. So I stand here, I tell him to face the camera, and we do a lovely synchronized bow. Now that the bow is complete, I roll back to my side and we can continue the fight. So this is round 2. There is the grass. And ding ding. So you'll notice he's using the spear that I love so much, the Dragon Slayer spear. He's also using the roll attack, which I find really difficult to parry. And in the messages that me and this guy exchanged, he told me that he'd been getting parried all night. And I can only think that that's probably because he's an aggressive katana player, and a lot of people do get lucky with parries. The lag is crippling sometimes, but at the same time, this weapon is as far the easiest thing to parry, if it's used correctly, obviously. And a lot of people don't use weapons effectively. They use them like they use every other weapon. They'll try and treat it like a sword or a great sword or a katana or whatever. And that is generally where you see the difference between good and bad players. And watch this. I knew this was coming, and unfortunately I didn't realise you could do that. And that ended our duel, and it's 1 apiece with that guy. Which at the time I was kind of annoyed that he dropped down an area of effect pyromancy, but there was no rules in it. It was just a fun fight, and he did exactly what he should have done. Because one of the things with Dark Souls that you need to try and work on, or I need to try and work on, is is basic human nature of it. When you lose to something, you immediately feel that it's cheaper or somehow being cheapened by the fact you lost to it, and that is not necessarily the case. There are a lot of things that are not cheap at all, but can be cheap if used incorrectly. It can be easy to blame your tools. You can be, you know, the conventional bad craftsman, but I'm going to try not to if I can, and only voice things that I do believe to be cheap. Like this right here. Why are we having this fight here? I don't get this encounter. He's not using anything that benefits freeform or no lock-on, so why is he waiting around in Dark Anno Londo? Why would you not have this encounter somewhere else? Like, you're always losing lock-on. It's an absolute nightmare. Like, I don't get that at all. And it is the last invasion of the session, so thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy the new format of the longer videos, and you take care now.